is the live update coming to you from Standing Rock, North Dakota, on December 7th, 2016. This is the afternoon. We have just now come from the site, and we think it's very important to get word out to everybody around the country. This is Dan Sheehan from the Lakota People's Law Office, and Chase Iron Eyes, who's staff counsel here in the Dakotas for the Lakota People's Law Office. We're coming to you right now to bring an update on this thing. Many of the news media all around the country are carrying a headline that in fact the Lakota people and the Standing Rock people have asked all of the non-Lakota people to leave the site. That is not true. We're coming here today to make it clear that that is not true. What has happened is the chairman of one of the 9 tribal reservations in the state of South Dakota, the Standing Rock Reservation, has said that he wants all people who are vulnerable, the young people, the elderly, some of the people who don't have adequate supplies and stuff, to try to withdraw from the site in light of the fact that President Obama has issued this order telling the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to refuse to grant access to the property, to the pipeline drillers. The bottom line is the pipeline drillers are insisting upon going forward. They have filed a major federal complaint in the federal district court in Washington, D.C. They're asking a very conservative judge to issue an order that they have the right to go forward with the drilling immediately. And they're in communication with President-elect Trump, who has stated that he intends to order the pipeline to go forward. So Trump is going to be countervailing the order of Obama right away. And so that what we want to do is we want to talk with you for just a minute about what some of the things are that we need to have people understand right now here on this afternoon of December 7th. Chase Iron Eyes has just come from the site, and he knows what the mood of the people is. Chase, can you tell the people out around the country what the state of the mood is of people there now and what's happening?
I think, and hello to everybody out there. This is Chase Iron Eyes. I am a citizen of the Standing Rock Nation, a descendant of 1868 treaty signatories, and a staff attorney at Lakota People's Law Project, and founder of Last Real Indians. I live on the Standing Rock Nation. I live in the community of Long Soldier, and I fully respect our chairman and his concern for the well-being of those who may be infirm, those who may be disabled, those who may have small children, or for whatever reasons are not self-sufficient, are not prepared for the deadly winter conditions in North Dakota. And right now we are under blizzard conditions, so he's worried, and I understand where he's coming from. But as a community member, I have to stand up and I have to send the message along with any other people from the community of Standing Rock. You're all doing a great job of stepping up. Everybody at the Cannonball Red Gym, at Porcupine, at the Standing Rock High School, at the Long Soldier Gym, the Bear Soldier Gym. And we have to be clear that our chairman only represents one of many tribal nations who have the authority to assert themselves in this historic and monumental treaty fight. Thousands of people are still at the camp right now in emergency conditions. And I understand if people who are not helping, or maybe they're more of a liability than an asset right now in these harsh conditions, yes, you should seek help, you should reach out, and you should have an exit strategy. But there are more than 2,000 to 3,000 people who are already dug in, who are already winterized, who need our support. And that's our job as the Standing Rock Nation, as the Titoan, Lakota Oyate, or the Oceti-Sakowin, or even the Northern Cheyenne, the Arapaho, the hundreds of tribal nations who are represented there, and everybody from all walks of life and classifications. Look, they're out there sacrificing for us right now. So we need to make sure that they're fed, they're lodged, and they're warm. That's our responsibility. We call them out here, and we can't leave them in the cold right now. We need to activate all capacities, administrative-wise, facility-wise, infrastructure-wise. Every tool we have at our disposal needs to go to keeping our protectors safe right now and keeping them on the ground, because DAPL has already indicated that it's willing to violate the law. Trump takes office in 40 days, and we have a live court case where DAPL is seeking a court order to allow them to drill anyway, despite Obama's ruling. And DAPL or the law enforcement has not pulled back. They've not demilitarized the zone or demobilized in any sense or fashion. There's still surveillance, there's still constitutional rights violations happening, and we have the momentum. We just have to last. Just like the buffalo, we have to face the storm, and it's deadly. No leader is going to ask the infirm, the disabled, the elderly, or children to bear those risks. And as leaders, we can't ask those people to bear those risks, but those of us who are willing to, we need to make sure that we provide for them and allow them the opportunity to stand up for our treaty rights, our international personality. We may never get this opportunity again in our lifetimes. And if we give in, I have to look my children in the eye and say, I gave up your right to clean drinking water. I didn't do all I could to stop this pipeline. The pipeline isn't stopped. The Corps didn't deny this easement out of the goodness of their hearts. They did it because 550 people have been arrested. They did it because 4,000 vets showed up to put pressure. The law is subjective. The people who apply that law are subjective. So they respond because we're standing up. We're telling our country that we're in control. The people who hold the Constitution sacred are in control, not the corporate state. That's what's at stake here. Our treaty rights and our claims to be on that land are valid and substantive enough. We had land taken from us, we had jurisdiction taken from us by the Army Corps of Engineers that we should get back. As long as DAPL and law enforcement are there, we're there. That's our position. And we need other tribal nations who have treaty rights to that territory to weigh in right now. Now is not the time to stand down. It's time to stand up. So make your positions known, because we may never get this opportunity again.
So go to lakotalaw.org right now, sign the petition that is there. We have modified the position to take into account the fact that President Obama has temporarily stopped the pipeline, but you need to go there and sign the petition, and you need to call. You need to get on the telephone, and you need to call to the White House switchboard, area code 202-456-1414. That's area code 202-456-1414. And go to lakotalaw.org, sign the petition right now. And in addition to that, you'll see links there where you can donate directly to the Lakota Law Project, which is here providing legal support at the site, and also to contribute directly to the Standing Rock effort to provide the warmth, etc., that we're talking about for the people that are on site. Now, in addition to that, you should in fact find the nearest Sunoco gas station and set up a picket line around that gas station, telling everybody that they should refrain from doing business with Sunoco until they pull out of this pipeline operation. Same thing with Phillips 66 and also the Wells Fargo Bank. Find your nearest Wells Fargo Bank and set up a picket line around that bank and ask people to withdraw their funds from the Wells Fargo Bank until they withdraw from this pipeline site. This is a major act of aggression against peaceful people. And the fact that the peaceful people have mobilized with their friends and have formed a wall to block that line that's been drawn now between the corporate state, where the state is attempting to support private corporations. This is the time, this is the place. Standing Rock is the place. Come and stand with the people of Standing Rock. Here we are, and we're going to stay here.
And can I ask you one thing? Can you just do one little shout out to all the vets that came?
We gotta go.
Okay. So give me 30 or 40 seconds on the vets and what it meant and seeing all those brothers.
I do. I need to say thank you to everybody watching, to everybody who's donated, to everybody who's supported, not only to the 550 people who've been arrested, to the people who've been brutalized, who had their limbs torn open, who've been shot in the head at close range by less lethal bullets, the people who've been just They're facing the storm right now. They're literally freezing right now, and we're trying to make sure that we take care of them. 4,000 veterans came to join this stand, and what that did for us was completely empowering, because who has the right to call who a traitor, to say that you're treasonous, that you're a terrorist? We still hold truths to be self-evident, and when we look at Morton County, the lies that they've been telling, the constitutional rights that they've been violating, the brutalizing of unarmed American citizens, and we have uniformed United States veterans coming to stand on the front line against that brutality by other armed, uniformed National Guardsmen and law enforcement. It exposes who is upholding law and order. It's the protectors who are trying to protect our true interest in national security, our water resources, our land, our sacred sites, and the rights of the people to determine our democratic destiny, not the corporate state. Veterans who signed up to protect freedom, democracy, and our Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. You all felt it that day. You felt what it feels like to be truly patriotic and to stand up for what's right, and we thank you.
So Chase, where can they go to find the petition again? Some people are wondering what the website is.
We'd advise you to go to lakotalaw.org to find the petition, and there are other sources on the ground who are providing humanitarian aid. I Stand with Standing Rock, that's the tribal organization, sacredstone.org, ochetishakoi.org, and lastrealindians.com. We are supplying our own humanitarian aid. So just stay tuned. This is nowhere near over. We have to last. We have to stay strong, and we've got to face the storm.
We're back into the storm right now.